YouTube. This is fascinating. All right, guys, I haven't been on here in a while. My apologies for that. It's been a tricky time in the sense that I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out where to exert the energy, effort, bandwidth, all of that. But of all of the video streaming platforms, YouTube is bar none my favorite. Hey, Joe Faria. I know what you're going to ask, so let me just get that out of the way. Let's see. Short ideas. Where are we here? Today is Thursday, October Scary Movies. It is October. It is Scary Movie Month. It's September. So, welcome to my bedroom, by the way. Which is also where my home office is located. I have for a New York apartment, for a New York rental, I have an atypically large bedroom. So I'm not complaining about that at all. It's a good size. So tonight, scary movie. I think I might go with 1977 Dario Argento classic Suspiria. Even though I am a fan of the what's his name's remake? Was it 2016, 2017? I thought that was a good one, or 2015 even. I thought that was better than it got credit for. Yeah, Suspiria might be the one. Because the ones I've chosen lately, are kind of like last night was Hereditary, which is just such a great thinking outside the box horror movie. It's a real thinking person's horror movie. In the spirit of, let's say, The Shining, just something weird is taking over, something evil. It's, yeah, amazing. What a movie. So, do I go? I need you know what? Maybe tonight could be a slasher, because I do love a good. I'm literally looking at my list for October here. A slasher, something maybe not supernatural or witchcrafty, something anchored in our current reality, something anchored in actual real life physics, rules of physics. God. Yeah. It's tough. Like that would be like slashers. One of the reasons I think slasher movies are interesting to people is that it's not supernatural, it's not ghost stories, it's not monsters, it's like people, it's evil human beings, walk in the earth. Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is something that could, based on our world and in our current rules of physics and science and living on earth as human beings, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre is terrifying because it could technically happen. Halloween could technically happen. Psycho could technically happen. You know what I mean? But, depending on what your belief system is, like The Others, it's fantasy. The Witch, The Conjuring, other ones I really like. The Exorcist, Suspiria, which might be my movie tonight. The Babadook classic, Rosemary's Baby, all sort of fantasy, but terrifying. The Shining, fantasy, but terrifying. But what could really happen in the world as we know it is a slasher film. It's not aliens, it's not the devil, it's not demonic possession, it is not any kind of monsters or something spiritual that we don't see. And those work for some people. Like, ghost stories. I love a good ghost story. I love a good haunted house story. The Conjuring, I think, is one of the best haunted house stories ever made. And that was like in our current millennium, which is kind of nice. But I also like slasher movies. I thought, even though it was kind of a cheap imitation of Halloween, I thought the first Friday the 13th. Everything after the first Friday the 13th, I think was stupid in that franchise. I liked the first one because it was something that could happen. It was the mother. Jason is not a thing. Like never, I can never bought him from go. Like as soon as I was a fan of the first Friday the 13th, and I went to go see the second one, and I remember, or rented it on videotape, and I remember looking at it going like, this is dumb. There's no way this kid could be alive. This is stupid. And I hated it. And I hated all of them. Freddy versus Jason. Although Nightmare on Elm Street, as fantasies go, clever. But the first Friday the 13th is, I think, underrated. It's the mother. She flipped. I imagine Mrs. Voorhees was like a single mother. Maybe she had a drinking problem. She's the cook at the camp. She had a son who was special needs, and he went swimming and somebody wasn't paying attention and he drowned. Like, and then she flipped. Like, I buy that. I buy that. I totally believe that. And I think there is a series being worked on. I think it's in production right now with Linda Cardellini playing Pamela Voorhees, the mother. It's sort of a prequel about Camp Crystal Lake. So that's, that's kind of interesting to me. But I love I love a haunted, I almost said ghost story. I love a horror movie that is anchored in reality, like real life horror. A murderer. It's grim, I know. But Bill Kelly, thank you so very much. You sweet, handsome devil, you. Thank you. And thank you to everybody who contributes to this effort here. Young Frankenstein. Your husband gets freaked out by Young Frankenstein? The Mel Brooks movie? Yes, Elm Street, Joe Faria. Elm Street Part 1, the first one, is genius. I mean, think about it. It's, I don't know if Wes Craven wrote the screenplay, but the way that's shot, that's how we dream. Like when someone's arms are too long, or just like the rules of physics go out the window in our dreams. And I loved the first Nightmare on Elm Street because that's how we dream. Like things just get weird in terms of physics. Yeah. So yeah, there are things, and I also like a good vampire story. I literally just said vampire story, and someone just wrote Bram Stoker's Dracula. Is great, except for Keanu. He's miscast. But that's a good movie. That's a good one. And I'm very curious to see this new Frankenstein coming out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, just through the credits, it's a mood. I got it. Anyway, it is Thursday. I'm trying to get a newsletter out for tomorrow. It's such an all-day effort, and it makes me want to shut down and lie down because there's no money in it. I wonder what the value is in it. I doubt myself all the goddamn time because I try to write an essay to open the thing that people might find valuable. This week, I'm thinking about Interview with a Vampire. Interesting. I don't consider that a horror movie. I think it's oddly like a gothic love story. Strange. But yeah, I question the value of what I'm like writing. Like, does anybody give a fuck? Like all the time. So, anyway, tomorrow's essay for the Dispatch, my newsletter. It's called The Dispatch. Just go to georgehahn.com and you'll find it, or go to georgehahn.com/dispatch. You can sign up for it or look at the archive of past issues. Anyway, this week's issue is about tweed and how I love tweed. I wore a tweed jacket for the first time this season. Or no, I wore one the other night to dinner with my friend Michael. But I just opened my closet and I just grabbed it. One of my tweed jackets to take the dog for a walk. And it's tweed season, and I love wearing tweed. It's a great fall, winter fabric. Whether you like houndstooth or herringbone or some kind of check or something, or a Prince of Wales. The herringbone is my favorite, but I love a good tweed. I love a good tweed. And I'm the proud owner of 2 tweed jackets. One's gotten a little small since I put on the post-smoking weight, so we're working on that. Anyway, so this week's essay, just a heads up for those of you who, in the know, in the support lane, thank you. The dispatch will be about tweed. I feel the need for tweed. So, yeah, a little brief history and why I like to wear it. So, that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. We do loves the YouTube. Let's see, where does one acquire a good tweed jacket? I'm not going to, you'd have to, where would you go? Ralph Lauren, Paul Stewart, Bergdorf Goodman, J. Crew would have a good tweed. Might. I got to look. I had a good tweed from J. Crew once, and I bought the wrong size. Dumb. Yeah. You look around. You're gonna have to Google it, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna recommend a specific place. Although I haven't looked at J. Crew. I'm assuming J. Crew has a tweed. And the gold standard for tweed is a Harris tweed from the Outer Hebrides, however you pronounce that, of Scotland. Yeah. So anyway, I'm off to write about tweed and then some recommendations for the weekend. And before I go, Bill Nighy has a podcast out. I just listened to the first episode. It dropped today. It's called Ill-Advised. Ill-Advised with Bill Nighy. And he takes questions about etiquette, life, choices, all the good stuff. I feel like I should submit a question. Yeah. Oh, the Paul Lynde Halloween special. Yeah, you can get that on YouTube. But so catch wherever you get your podcasts. I get mine on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I'm sure. Bill Nighy, Ill-Advised. Get into it. I think the first episode is under a half hour, maybe 24 minutes. Such a delight. And how could you not love Bill Nighy? Anyway, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching.